What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's exciting matchup at 147 pounds between the undefeated Ohioan Tiger Johnson taking on the tough, hard-hitting, slugging Puerto Rican Nicholas Flaz. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please remember to hit subscribe? Could you also like this video? A simple thumbs up will help my content grow, help the channel continuously grow, and get the word out to more people who enjoy boxing just like us. Also, one more thing pinned in the comment section below is a link to join our Johnny Says VIP Pro Betting Boxing Discord. You join up on YouTube for a couple bucks a month. You will then have access to the Discord. Within the Discord, it's not just boxing, it's MMA, NBA, NFL, NHL. The boys will eventually probably have me at golf, F1 racing. You get the point. It's a fun community. We started about 12 weeks ago. We're already at a little over 250 Johnny Says VIPs in the Discord, so click the link, find out more. All right, guys, as soon as this fight was announced, I put it in my notes. Super excited about this matchup. You guys know my roots are from Northeast Ohio. You know that I'm a big Tiger Johnson fan. I love Nick Flaz's style. I feel these two will actually pair very well together. You have Tiger Johnson, a guy who will use the entire ring, but he'll also throw a lot of volume, and he likes fighting off the back foot. You have a guy in Nick Flaz who's tough as hell, could take a shot, prods forward, doesn't really throw a lot, relies on his power, relies on his durability. So a lot of questions will be answered in terms of both welterweights' championship aspirations and career trajectory after this fight. So in this video, what we're gonna do is break down both fighters' careers. We're gonna talk a little bit about how they go about their business. And like always, stay tuned to the end of the video. That's where I'll be going over the current Las Vegas line, which is actually going everywhere the last 48 hours, up and down, odds swing in one way, odds swing in the other. And that's where I'll finally give you my prediction and tell you where to put your money. All right, guys, Nick Flaz is a true veteran. You've been watching him for a while. Pro Box has really done well with Nick. They've invested in him, and this is another big fight for him. He'll have the stronger resume. He's been in there with some really good fighters. He's gone undefeated over the last few years since his first round knockout loss to Janelson Boca Chica. Now, where are all my triangle boxing math theorists at? Because at one time, Nick got starched against Janelson, who could crack, and guess who Tiger just beat pretty convincingly in his last fight? Janelson Boca Chica. But a lot of the boys don't like doing those maths, and I know a lot of the Puerto Rican fans and the Nick Flaz fans that I spoke to this week don't even bring that up. I actually heard a buddy of mine on a debate that I was in say to me on a live stream that he doesn't even count first round knockout losses in relationship to talking about a specific fighter. So, however you sit with that, I should also mention I'm also a fan of Nick Flaz. He has a fan-friendly style. He's hard to not cheer for. He's charismatic. He has a lot of personality, and how he's looked as of late, this is 100% going to be Tiger Johnson's biggest step up. We know since he stepped up from 140 to 147, he has stopped Kendo Castaneda, a really tough guy, a guy with not even close to a perfect record, but Castaneda is known for his durability, and he's known to be really tough. Tiger's first fight at 47, he stopped him, and then he went on to fight Janelson Boca Chica and won a unanimous decision, and here we are. This is Tiger's first main event. This is a United States Olympian. This is a guy with Tiger Johnson who does a lot of things really well. If you like a technical boxer, if you like a counter boxer, if you like somebody with hand speed, if you like a guy who can work the body, who's defensively sound, and can use the entire ring, you're in for a treat with Tiger Johnson. The questions on Johnson will be, and they'll soon enough be answered, can he handle a big puncher? Can he handle the bright lights? Does he have enough artillery to keep off a big punching slugger like Flaz? And does he have it in him to become a world champion? I should also mention some insider information. I will not give you my source, but if you're in the Discord, you already know it because I shared it with you boys in the Discord. Tiger Johnson has switched camps. He is no longer with Prentice Brewer, famed Cleveland, Ohio coach. You'll have to wait to fight night to see his new camp. So make what you will of that. I always tell the boys, I say, I like and don't mind when fighters who change camps off of a win. It doesn't really leave me scratching my head. Now, I am interested why he left Prentice, but it's not like a situation sort of like a Tim Tszyu, or you see when a guy loses and they change everything. That's not what this is. When fighters coming off losses change camps, there's a lot of questions on, all right, what could we expect in this new version? When a guy coming off a win, who's an Olympian, who's never lost, who has a lot of publicity behind him, like Tiger changes camps, it actually leaves me pretty excited. The one thing about him, will he be able to take all of those aforementioned skills that I told you about and translate them into punching power? He looks like he's filled out pretty good at 147. He's 5'11", so the frame is there. And at 27 years old, he's just now entering his physical prime. We are in for a firefight. Right now, I do want to take a closer look at the Puerto Rican Nicholas Flaz and see what he's been up to in his career. Guys, Nick Flaz is 15-2 with 10 knockouts. Of his 2 losses, he's been stopped once. Out of 2,676 fighters in the world at 147 pounds, he's ranked number 31. He carries into the ring a 67% career knockout to win ratio, and he's fought a total career of 70 pro rounds. His adoring fans know him as Nico, and the 29-year-old Puerto Rican stands at 5'9" with a 72-inch reach. He is an orthodox fighter, and he was born in Bayamon, Puerto Rico, but calls Vega Alta, Puerto Rico home. We last saw him fight Alan Sanchez, 24-6, stopped him in the 4th. Gomez, 23-4, UD in the 10th. Escarcega, 15-1, stopped him in the 4th. Santa Maria, 14-3, stopped him in the 6th. Jahai Tucker, 10-0, won a majority decision in the 8th. Before that, he beat Ceballo by decision, and the fight before that was the first and only time he got stopped against Janelson Boca Chica in the 1st round. He has been perfect since, and like I already said, there's Nick Flaz fans saying that, you know what? You could just throw that performance away because I guess that performance doesn't count. For me personally, as a coach, an athlete, somebody who's been in the game since I was 7 years old, walked into my first gym as a little kid, getting stopped in the 1st round definitely counts in my opinion. That is in any fighter's head. It's always going to be there psychologically. No matter what the fighter says or not, it will always be in the back of that fighter's mind that I got stopped before. Now, will that show its ugly face in this fight? Who knows? Nick has looked amazing since. I read you off the names that he's beaten since then. Jahai Tucker, dude, come on. People think Jahai's a future world champion. Santa Maria, this is a really, really solid resume. He's going to have the better resume. I give him the power advantage. I give him the experience advantage. I actually like a guy who's been stopped before and then goes on a winning streak. So that durability in my head is actually a bonus on Nick's side. Right now, before we kind of go side and side and I give you my prediction, I do want to talk about Tiger's resume and see what he's been up to in his career. Guys, Delonte Johnson is 16-0 with 7 knockouts. He is undefeated. Out of 2,676 fighters at 147, he's ranked number 27. He's fought a career total of 95 pro rounds and carries into the ring a 44% career knockout to win ratio. His adoring fans know him as Tiger, and the 27-year-old American is a 5'11" orthodox fighter with a 71-inch reach. He was born and raised in Northeast Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio, USA is home. We last saw him fight Janelson Figueroa Boca Chica, 17-3, won a UD in the 10th. Castaneda, Kendo, 21-8, stopped him in the 5th. Yomar Alamo, 22-2, won a UD in the 8th. Zaina, 13-1, won a UD in the 8th. The fight before that, Galdino, 13-7, stopped him in the 1st. Like I said when we started this is Tiger's first main event. His name is in the marquee. This is Tiger's biggest step up. Every fight for an undefeated 27-year-old from now on is their biggest fight, especially when they have championship aspirations. I'm excited. A lot of my buddies who are in the know like myself are excited based off of this stylistic matchup. Nick Flaz, where he struggles is speed. Where he struggles, at least in my opinion, when I watch his tape, I don't like his lack of head movement. You mix his slow speed punching with lack of head movement against a guy like Tiger, who's crisp, clean, accurate, his 1-2, his backhand. I love Tiger's 1-2 counter. I love his ability to be able to circle left and circle right. He has the better feet than Nick. Nick's limited basically on his movement and his speed. Now, when you take that and you add in his strengths, like his power and durability against a guy like Tiger Johnson, who's going to be the taller guy, the longer guy, he's going to have the more skill set. I think the hill is steep for Nick Flaz to climb. So before I get to these odds, I do want to remind everybody that I do live streams every single day. In those live streams, we go over our long parlays, our underdog of the week. Johnny, will the dogs be barking? You know we're going to find a dog this week and every week. Shout out last week. We ended up hitting big on Lyndon Arthur at a $3.25 underdog against Bradley Ray. And a week earlier, we hit with Kameda beating Casemiro. Where will the dog come? It won't be in this fight because these odds are pretty much 50-50. To stay in the loop on all of my props, method of victories, long parlays, click the link that's pinned in the comment section below. Join the Discord as well as hit the notifications button so you never miss a live stream, so you get to see and hear my perspective and get those bets. All right, guys, wherever you are in the world, let's pull out our betting apps. Currently on the money line, and I told you at the beginning of this video, these odds have been teeter-tottering all week. I said at the beginning I thought it was a 50-50 fight, and that's exactly what it is right now. Nick Flaz on the money line. You can put 100 on him to win. You get your money back plus 100 bucks. 1-1, let's do it. The draw, 12-1. Guys, I haven't seen a draw at 12-1. I don't know if ever. And if I have ever seen those odds as a draw that low, it was probably a 2-minute ladies fight. Now, Tiger is also basically a $2 on the money line. 100 on him gets your money back plus 99 bucks. So it's 50-50 down the middle. When I look at their pros and cons, when I look at their strengths, when I look at what Flaz does really well and what Tiger does really well, I'm going to pick the technician 9 times out of 10, especially an undefeated technician who's growing into his own. I feel, and this is my prediction, I said this in my prediction of Richardson Hitchens versus George. I said the only thing Richardson Hitchens was missing up until that moment was a viral moment. Everybody around Hitchens' camp knows about his skill set, his speed, his jab, all of the attributes. It was a psychological sort of confidence that he was lacking in terms of sitting on something, staying in the pocket, punching with an opponent who would punch with him and get that viral moment knockout. And that's exactly what Richardson Hitchens did against George. We hit on that. You can check the receipts. Stats don't lie. Find that breakdown. I feel Tiger Johnson is going to put himself in a position to have his viral moment. I feel that's all he's missing so far in his career is a viral moment. And I think Nick Flaz is going to be tailor-made for that to happen. So right now, my prediction is Tiger on the money line. Later in the week on the live streams, I'll let you know if I go prop bet hunting. This is not an echo chamber, guys. In the comment section below, let me know, are you on Team Tiger or Team Flaz? Also, if you haven't seen my breakdown, analysis, and prediction of a firefight this Friday night in Melbourne, Australia, between the ladies, 2 ladies in the top 15 at Super Flyweight, Jasmine Parr taking on May Solomon, stay tuned because that's coming up right now.